Does Spirit always provide? Yes, Spirit always provides. Is it always what you want? No. Hell to the no. Life can just be repeatedly punching you in the balls and losing faith and really giving in to life and the pain of life. You know, it's a choice, and it's a hardness. So I just left my knee surgeon. I've had 3 knee surgeries, 2 very invasive, 1 full knee replacement, 1 plate in my leg, and I still have a lot of pain and instability in my leg, which means sometimes when I walk upstairs, downstairs, my knee will give out. And so the same surgeon has done both of the surgeries on my leg, my one leg. My other leg has also had knee surgery. And the first surgery was very invasive. I have a plate and a lot of screws in my leg. Not a lot, 2 left. He took 2 out with my knee replacement. And then after a year, the pain still had not resolved. And then we chose for a full knee replacement. And so now it's been, 4 years. And I still have the same amount of pain and instability in my knee. And they can't figure it out. And I've been to the specialists and whatever. So it was really interesting to me as he sat there. Usually I leave there crying because, having pain every single day is exhausting, and I want to be physically active, and it's just not something that I can really do. And he kind of looked at me and he said, I've had osteotomies, which was my first surgery on my right leg, a high tibial osteotomy. Look it up. Super gross. I have pictures if you want to see. It's a plate. So they cut out a big piece of my bone in my leg, and then they put a plate in and then screws. So it's supposed to help readjust my legs, so the way that I was walking, to hopefully adjust my knee, so I didn't need a knee replacement. It did not work. And so what he told me was, I've had osteotomies not work, or, not be the fullest. I've had knee replacements not work. And he said, I've never had them both not work on the same person. So he's like, you're just super unlucky, and it just kind of hit me in that moment, like how I used to live my life. Yes, I would stay down in that negative place. Like, when a negative thing would happen, then another negative thing and another negative thing. And that's just where I would stay, in that negative, the half glass empty. And I thought about it as he was talking to me that, I don't have that perspective anymore. Does it suck? Yes. Does having chronic pain suck? Yes. Just because I'm a healer and do spiritual things does not mean that I'm without pain, does not mean that I'm without challenges and struggles and physical pain and whatnot. And as he was telling me, he's like, you're just unlucky. He's like, I've never, ever had the same patient have all of their surgeries fail. And so he, we kind of have a plan for another surgery to take the plate out, and using some grafting donor parts, they are going to try to give me some stability in my knee, to hopefully maybe alleviate some pain. And he's like, are you very flexible? I said, yes, very flexible. He goes, so that might be part of it, so he's just can't give any guarantees, so, I just kind of weigh those options out, and I just ask Spirit, like, is this the best thing for me? Is this going to give me, buy me time without pain? Can I be physically active like I want to be? Can I bend my knee when I sleep and not be in pain? And I always just kind of go over it with Spirit, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, there's just a reason. And I think sometimes people get caught up in if Spirit was providing for me, then it would be perfect. The money would be handed to me, that I would have everything I want. But that's not the reality. Spirit is there to guide you and protect you, to keep you safe. And that is not for them to keep you out of all of life's pain. That is to have faith in Spirit, God, universe, whoever it is that you call upon, and know that for whatever reason you're going through this, even if it's hard and painful and you don't have a lot of choice or option in it, you just have to have faith that there's some part of it that is meant to be this way. And the doctor and I kind of weighed the options, and we talked about it, and you know, I'm going to have a knee replacement every 10 years anyways. So, you know, in 6 more years, I'm going to have the whole knee replaced again anyways. So, you know, is this going to buy me the stability that I need? I hope so. But I also talk it over with spirit, you know, is this the right thing? Should I have surgery? Do I wait? You know, and I go over it with spirit and I ask. And you got to think about that with all things in life. If you're in a place right now where you're just getting punched in the balls repeatedly, you have to have faith. And I know it's hard, and it is not 100% faith. 80% of the time, you got to be in a good place and know that spirit is there providing for you. And that 20% of the time of your day, of your time, it can be like doubt and fear and worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about being fucking perfect. And you don't have to be fucking perfect for spirit to bring you what you need and what you want. And what I need and what I want is to not have pain when I walk. And now my other knee is bad. So I'm starting the process to figure out what's going on with that knee. So you could look at that as, oh my God, like it could just kill me and crush me. But the reality is, it is what it is. I've had 3 knee surgeries. I've had 2 incredibly invasive knee surgeries for non-weight bearing for very long periods of time. And I know what it's like to have knee surgery. I know. He's telling me, I'm like, I know, I don't care. Cause he's like, you're going to have another big scar and I said, I don't give a shit. That stuff doesn't bother me. I don't care. What I care about is hopefully I can exercise simply, you know, even just small moves and not be in excruciating pain, or drive my car and not be in excruciating pain. When I bend my knee, when I do those things like that, it sucks. It fucking sucks. And I said, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, we've tried, we've done lots of things over the years. I've done everything in between after that, before that, you know, and, I don't let that destroy me. I know that it's for a reason. It might not be a reason that I like, but that's how you kind of have to look at things. Spirit always provides. It's just not always how you want it to be, when you want it to be, where you want it to be. Might not be the amount of money, not be the exact job that you're looking for, the location, the house, whatever. But just know that spirit aligns things for us for our highest and best good. And if you lean into it and allow spirit to bring you what you need versus kind of exactly what you want and how you want it, then the outcome is so much fucking better in the end. You know, I just told the doctor, I'm like, well, my husband just says I just get the bouncy legs, you know. I'm like, but I'm not very coordinated with legs that semi-function. I don't know how great I would be on bouncy legs. And, you know, it is what it is. I've had a lot of surgeries. Every one I go into, it is what it is. If I die in it, that's just how it's supposed to be. But, you know, I've learned to let go of all of those things and, just allow spirit to be there for you and be present and, you know, just give it over to spirit, because the less I have to worry about all the bullshit of mundane everyday shit, then the better, because everyday mundane shit is fucking exhausting. And if you're constantly mind fucking yourself to death over, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this bad thing, this bad thing, this bad thing. Yeah, it fucking sucks. And sometimes I have to like take a day with whatever it is, because it'll just be heavy on me. I'll be emotional about it. I'll be just kind of pissy. And, I just have to give myself that day. And then the next day is kind of my day where I put stuff into action. Okay. Is this, you know, and that's really where spirit and I kind of get down to the nitty gritty. And, but that's a process. It's something I had to learn and to develop. And that's what I help my clients with, you know, is how do we overcome that mindfuckery that is preventing you from just having faith in spirit, having faith in yourself, having faith in just giving shit over to spirit, God's spirit universe, and just being done with it. No, don't think about it. You're not worrying about it. You're not contemplating. You're not, you know, exhausting yourself trying to figure things out. And, you know, I recently left, like a corporate position that was not for my highest and best good. And, spirit had finally, because for a long time I was like, oh, I got to, and spirit's like, it's just not time. It's not time. And I'm like, but I'm literally being tortured. Like, you know, and spirit was just like, you just got to wait it out. You just got to wait it out. And then all of a sudden spirit was like, okay. And they showed like the trust fall exercise. And so like, okay, now you're safe now, whenever you choose, you know? And, like I just had faith in spirit, even though it was enduring and painful for me. I just had faith in spirit that they would tell me when the right time was, because for whatever reason, I just needed to wait it out. And it's all of those life things that are happening and going on, you know. You can just you have to have that faith and trust in spirit. Like I said, 80-20, 80% of the time be in a good place and have that faith and trust. And that 20% you can be like, fuck this, I'm done, I don't want to do it, make shit happen. And sometimes I have to remind spirit, like, hey, I am still human and I still have this hardness or the connection, or yes, things flow and this comes, but like I need a little reassurance, I need more, please, like, please give me a little something to so I know you're listening, or whatever it is, whether it's a sign, or, if it's a faith or a wavering, or if it's my spiritual business or family, I just always ask Spirit, like, I just need a little more right now. And sometimes the angels just jump in and give you a hug. And, it's really just having faith that Spirit has you. And that is not a perfect faith. You do not have to have and be this fucking perfect, energetic being. Like, you can have a fucking bad day. You can have a hard time. Like, when the bad news keeps coming, it's okay to fucking be a little down. But in the end, you just need to know in your soul that God, Spirit, Universe has you. But you have to ask for that support, and you have to trust that they're going to bring it to you. You have to ask, allow, and receive. Ask for what you want. Allow Spirit to bring it to you, how it comes to you, for your highest and best good, and receive it when it comes. It might not be, if you're like, I just want $10,000 extra, maybe it's going to come in tiny little coupons. Maybe it's stripper ones all over the place. Whatever it is, like, you have to have faith that Spirit's going to bring it to you, and not restrict it or control it. Because if you're restricting and controlling, then it's not going to be as good as it was. Then it's not going to be as good as what Spirit could have brought in you. So if you're building your business, your spiritual business, your life, your coaching business, whatever it is, allow God, Spirit, Universe to bring you who and what you need. And, and even in that realm, just like, I'm always like, this is I had a follow-up session with one of my Akashic clients yesterday, and we had never met, and it was amazing. It was an amazing session. And she had so much like wisdom, and it was just awesome to meet her in person, and that after that call, I just told Spirit, I was like, gosh, that is exactly like all of the clients that I work with. Like, she's just exactly, because sometimes a lot of people book sessions with me, I've never even heard of them. They don't engage in my content. I don't know where they came from. So it's cool when you get to, I always have follow-up session, like, it's included in your session for Akashic sessions, to have a Zoom call to follow up with any questions. And it was awesome, and I got off that call with her. I'm like, holy fuck, I love being able to help people that are like ready and aligned. And over time, yes, I've had some clients that are, maybe a little bit more challenging or whatnot, but I always just ask Spirit to provide as well. Like, okay, like, I know that I can help this person, but I call in people who are ready to do their intuitive development, to heal, to move forward, to like really embrace that next level of their intuitive journey. And that is like, that's what I ask Spirit for. I want the people that are ready. I want the people that are ready to do the work, and they're aligned with my energy, because I am not for everybody. And having faith in Spirit that they're going to provide that, because you always have to like adjust it. As you grow, as your gifts grow, as your business grows, it's going to shift and change, and I just had the epiphany of even though I know what I do and how I help people, like, I just really had the epiphany, like, I really help people find their power and really connect to Spirit rapidly, and help them expand their intuition and their growth, and expand their business and their growth. So, and it was just like, it was like an aha moment that I had, and I just, Spirit was like, yeah. But it was like, I needed to like have that revelation, and so now I'm just affirming that with Spirit, like, yeah. And it feels super fucking good. It feels super fucking powerful in my whole soul and my everything. And I'm a manifesting generator, so I think it's a sacral response. I don't put too much stock into that stuff, but, it's having that faith, and in just knowing Spirit's going to provide. And it's kind of hard, because I used to be a master control freak. So I call it like a super level control freak. And I used to have to know everything about everyone, when it was going to come, where it was going to come, every little detail about everything, because I had a lot of trauma in my past. My mom died when I was young, and that left a very big trauma of, people not being present or leaving my life or whatever it was. So I really started in uber control position in my life. So, that uber control really caused a lot of issues in my life, where I needed to know exactly where everything was coming from and how. And then when I started my spiritual work, I had to let go, because the more I was trying to control how I communicated with Spirit, how I used my intuitive gifts, my healing gifts, the harder it was for me to communicate with Spirit and to get the information that I was looking for. So I had to learn to let go of that control, which was a lot of Akashic record work and processing and healing and clearing and doing those things. So, it's whatever process that works for you, but just having faith in spirit and just knowing that, you know, spirit does provide, even if you feel like spirit is not providing for you. Spirit is providing for you. They're guiding you. They're directing you. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Are you trying to override what spirit is trying to bring you? And, you know, are you just kind of stuck in that loop of, okay, now I'm just waiting for the next bad thing? So that's a mindset pattern we just need to shift and get out of. Like, yep, shit sucks. Sometimes a lot of bad shit happens in a row. I have it all the fucking time, but I just look at it now and I'm just like, okay, if it's like an issue, like last year, my daughter's car died. I was like, fuck, now what do we do? You know? And, after we just put a lot of money into the car, her fucking engine just blew up. So, I kind of took the day. I was a little pissy about it, but then on the next day I'm like, okay, spirit, so what do we do? And spirit just gives me options, you know? So I had faith. So now for me, my explosion is kind of the first day of whatever occurrence is. And then the next day is, or even in the nighttime of that day, I kind of have a more rational approach. And I just kind of ask spirit, okay. But through the whole process, I know that spirit will provide whatever we need. Might not be exactly how I envisioned it or thought, but usually, just allowing spirit to bring it through and give you the information and guidance. So I always kind of like make spirit kind of list it out. Like, okay, here's your options, A, B, and C. None of them are bad, but this is probably your best, you know? But we also have free will and we get to choose and decide. So, you never see signs. Okay, so I will address this because you do see signs. You're just not catching it. You're thinking too much about it. You're concentrating too hard on the sign that you're expecting. So really loosen those boundaries. If you're asking spirit, universe, if your mom's in spirit, if it's a grandma, I just really want a sign, but you're like so focused on getting this exact sign, you're missing probably the 25 other things that spirit is bringing you. So might be a clicking in your ear. Maybe it's a little vibration. Maybe it's a tingle. Maybe you're getting a little breeze. I'm getting a hot flash now, but my car's hot. So I'm waiting for my appointment to start here in a minute. So when you feel like you're not getting signs, you are getting signs. That's where I'm talking about the mindfuckery. And that's what I help people really overcome, the mindfuckery, because the mindfuckery is what stops you from getting signs, communicating with spirit, developing your gifts, or enhancing your gifts. So I like to say I like to help people just fucking skyrocket their gifts, you know. And part of that work that we do, especially in one-on-one, and I have a program starting next month that I'm super excited about. It'll be more of a group program to really accelerate your gifts. But mindfuckery is a big part of it. What is the mindfuckery? What is preventing you from getting those messages? You know, and what do we need to do to break through that? So what I like to say is really start paying attention. Stop overthinking it. It is simple little things. Maybe it's a penny. Maybe it's a feather right by your car doorknob. Maybe it's a giant thing of bird shit on your windshield when it was just cleaned. You know, what are you asking for in that moment too? Like, are you asking for money or guidance or whatever it is? Like, what are you asking for? Are you asking for comfort or peace or whatever, you know? And then what signs are you getting in that moment to correlate? So then we really figure out, like, so I like to, especially my students, like I make people write everything down because you get signs all day long. I get tons of license plates. My brother's name is one of them. So that I'll see like JFE a lot. My mom's name was Julie, so I'll say JLE a lot. So I know that number, that 3-digit number after that, is a number that I look up because it's going to correlate with something that's going on, or they're telling me something, whatever it is. So it's little signs. It's not like earth moving signs that you're going to get. You're going to get little signs that start adding up. And when you start recognizing those signs, and that builds and builds and builds. And, you know, like, I think you can notice like up to 30 signs a day. It is a sign. Totally. It is 100%. That's probably exactly why that came through, because, you know, but, you know, some people might go to the negative, like, fuck, I just washed my car. But the reality is like, fuck, I just washed my car, but that happened for a reason. So what's the reason? Maybe it's, you know, preventing you from leaving that spot right now because maybe there's going to be an accident. Maybe it's, you know, there's just a million reasons. So don't look so hard at the signs and really allow yourself to recognize the little signs, little goosebumps. Maybe, so like, I just keep seeing pennies moving or things kind of moving around. I swear I left this here, but now it's here. Or this was on the counter, now it's on the floor. Well, there's no explanation for it to be there. So just really pay attention to the little things. And you'll really start like being like, holy fuck, I can't believe that, you know, that I'm getting so many signs. That's why I used to write everything down, because it really, I gotta go into my appointment, but it really helped me recognize that spirit was bringing me a ton of shit. I just didn't recognize it. Numbers, animals, birds, whatever it was. But I would write it down every single day. I would write the date, and then I would write every sign, how I got it, whatever number it was, whatever it was, and what I was thinking about at the time, or what I'd asked for that day maybe. And it really starts helping you build that correlation between what you're asking for and what spirit's like providing and showing you. That's kind of one of my favorite ways. It's a pretty simple way, but it really starts to give you that awareness and starts to get you to pay more attention. Because sometimes I think, you know, before I started my work as a medium, I just thought literally like spirit just like straight up talk to you in a different voice and all these things. It took me forever to figure out that it was my fucking voice. So I just mindfucked myself to death. There's just so many things with it. I thought it'd be just a simple laid out process, but everybody gets messages from spirit differently. Everybody gets different, you know, maybe some hear, some see. So I hear, I see, I know, I feel. And spirit doesn't go for just one sense for me. They usually will just do a combination. And everybody's a little different. Everybody has gifts. Everybody can develop them. But it's how you use them and what works best for you, you know, in that process. But I got to head into my appointment. But otherwise, I hope everybody has a great afternoon. Please let me know if you have any questions. And please just know spirit always does provide. Even if we don't feel like it's going exactly how we're wanting it to go, just know that they're always there.